Hey everyone, welcome back to NDC, and if you're an indie dev, getting your app into testers' hands before launch can be a little overwhelming. Today I'm going to be walking you through TestFlight, Apple's official tool for beta testing, and show you how to exactly upload your app, invite testers, and prepare for release. Even if you've never used it before, we're going to be getting through all of this together. So real quick, what is TestFlight and why should we use it? Well, you can always check out the developer article here, but essentially this allows people to beta test through your Apple developer account. You will need to have that paid developer account for this. It's going to let you share pre-release builds with others either privately or publicly. So just a few things to kind of consider when we are looking at TestFlight. We will have up to 100 internal testers using Apple ID. So this would be for your team or your dev account. And there's up to 10,000 external testers using email or public invite links. So you can see here right now we have internal, but you can also make public testing. Any builds that you do upload expire after 90 days. External testing requires the lightweight Apple review. It's much faster than App Store review. They just want to make sure that you're not uploading anything malicious. And you can collect feedback from users directly inside the TestFlight app. Just as a note, TestFlight is also available on the Mac OS as well and on the iPhone. So if we look at TestFlight, this is available on the App Store on both products. You'll just need to receive a code from somebody. You'll be able to download that specific test app. All right, so I currently have a build submitted, but let's quickly go over the steps on adding a build to TestFlight. First and foremost, you'll want to navigate to App Store Connect, and under your apps, you'll want to add the new app. You'll want to give it a name, choose language, the bundle ID that's associated with it, and your custom SKU. I've already added this for the raindrop run. Once you've clicked on your app, you'll want to go over to TestFlight, and now we need to give it a build that it can work with. So we're going to hop on over to our Xcode project. The internal name for this one is just Kitty Game, and we need to make sure that when we're uploading a build, we need to update the version number. So I'm going to change this to from version 2.5 to version 3 and the build number to 4. If you're uploading something with the same build or version number, you'll probably get a bounce back error. Okay, and just as a note, you have to make sure that your app can run on kind of like release mode. If you're using iCloud, make sure you're set everything up for production. Even though we're like testing, we need to make sure we're set up for production. Next, we actually have to send our app to App Store Connect, just like we would with submitting the application. So we're going to go to the product tab at the top of our screen, select the archive button. Okay, and we can see I've already uploaded this to TestFlight before. We're going to go ahead and distribute the app. Now we're going to send it to App Store Connect. You can also do TestFlight internal only, but because maybe you want to share this with testing with the public, it's just better practice to do App Store Connect. Okay, and we can see here Kitty Game has been uploaded. We can even press on that link if we want. Otherwise, we can go on over to TestFlight. Just as a note, it might take a few minutes before this app does appear. This is why I also had version 2 already on here. So if we click on the version, we can see the test details. So we can include what we want the users to actually test. You can also include some like patch notes and things like that. And here is where we can also expire the build. So they usually last 90 days, but you can choose to expire and delete it ahead of time. We can also choose to add groups. We don't have any groups created right now. If we click on the TestFlight tab at the top again, this is where we can actually look at any crashes that have come through and any screenshots from the feedback testers. Looking at the testers here, this is where we can actually add some different testers. We can see here we have the plus button next to internal testing, and we can actually add a group name. So we call this one best team, right? We can either have this, give everybody who's already on our team, or we can choose to manually send these out. So if we create the team, we can add the builds that they're going to be using. So we can see here in build 4, which I've just actually uploaded, we also have like the kind of drop down version here as well. It's currently missing a compliance, which basically means I need to fix it because it's like, hey, you don't have your encryption thing figured out. But if we look at build 2, we can assign these people to test build 2. And you can choose like if you have iOS, Mac OS, what they should be testing. Now, as soon as we've created the internal testing, and I don't know why you have to have an internal testing team first, you can add external testing. We can call this one, public group. We can go ahead and create that group. And same thing, we can choose to invite testers and add the builds. So inviting those testers, we can either email people, choose some existing people, or import them from a CSV file, or create a public link for people to test. You can even set a limit or even filter people by criteria. I'm going to actually delete this link. I don't want anybody to test this, okay? But you can actually take this link, you can copy it, share it to people on Discord, and with that link they'll have a code. They can open up TestFlight on their iPhone, iPad, or like Macs, right, depending on what you're building for, and through the TestFlight app actually test out your application, send you feedback screenshots. Under the additional, this is where you can kind of add some feedback email URL similar to the App Store review. And if you are uploading a build for public testing, it does have to first go through a very light App Store review before people in the public can access it. And you can choose to share that link however you want. So if you have like a community, LinkedIn, Discord, or something, totally up to you. When your builds are approved on TestFlight, you'll want to hit the Notify Testers button here. It should update and you'll see that your app status has indeed changed. I would then suggest clicking on the build, going to the public tester group. You can then see the status of the people you've invited, or for this one, I'm just going to create public link here and set the limit to 2 or however many you want. And then with this link here, I'm going to copy it and you can send it to people. You can share it on things like Discord. I'm going to copy my link and put it in my notes app so I can just grab it on my iPad to show you real quick. And I'm on my iPad here. So in TestFlight, I already have one kind of loaded up. There's usually like a little get started, or you can click the link that was sent to you and it should automatically open in TestFlight. Otherwise, you can click on your kind of app icon here and redeem the invite code. Once you've done that, you can see a little install window. There's a little description, terms of service, etc., etc. Go ahead and install the app. Might take a few moments and you can open it from here. Otherwise, you can click on the different apps on the left side. You can see the app updates. You can open and even send feedback. And then there you go. From the developer, it has a little message of what you should test and you can start testing. As a note, if you are testing in-app purchases, and I do have an in-app purchase guide coming out in a couple of days, you can go to the developer tab at the very bottom of your device settings, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you can see here I have my Sandbox Apple account already signed in. For you, you'll need to sign in. And to test those actual in-app purchases, you'll want to go to the kind of device or kind of your account name at the top. And under media and purchases, you'll want to sign out and then sign in with your Sandbox Apple ID. Then go test those in-app purchases. And just to quickly note, those Sandbox users, under your user and access tab, go to the Sandbox, and you can add or manage those users here. So whether you are launching soon or just gathering feedback, TestFlight is a really great ways for users to get your app and improve them before launch. That is the full walkthrough, uploading to TestFlight, managing testers, and sharing your app the right way. If you found this helpful, go ahead and give me a like, subscribe for more Swift developer content, and let me know in the comments what you're building or testing. And dream big, code bigger, and we'll see you in the next one.